And at the end of the podcast, I want to share one idea with you about guarantees that you can put into your sales pages that can really help you kind of up level your guarantee and also even convert more people into your program and help people to realize how much you care about them. And I'll share that toward the end of the episode. Hi, and welcome to the Conscious Marketer podcast. And I'm Richard, and I'm joined by Kylie. Hi, Kylie.
Hey there.
And today we're going to kind of do like a micro topic. Sometimes we talk about big things like how to change the world or how to 10x your business or 100x your business. Today, we're just going to talk about guarantees in your offer because it's such an important piece of offers. And you have two different viewpoints on this call because I have a viewpoint and Kylie has a viewpoint. Basically, what a guarantee is, just to set the frame, is if you buy something, then normally there's like a 7-day money back guarantee, or there's a 21-day, or sometimes it's a year, or there's no guarantee. And so different people do have different philosophies on what they should provide or not provide. And I've seen a lot of things different work. And I'm kind of curious, maybe you could lead off, Kylie, and share like your perspective. Like if you were launching a coaching program or a mastermind or something, what would your guarantee be?
So my guarantee is typically, I can't guarantee your results, but by the end of this course, you'll have every single thing you need to do X. And I do not offer a 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day guarantee because I believe if somebody joins my program, they want the result I'm offering, and I'm selling them short by making it easy for them to quit. And I don't like that. So I don't do it. And I also believe that the idea of risk reversal, I think it came around about 100 years ago. I think we can do risk reversal in other ways. I think people have sort of almost this blindness to this idea that they can try something out for a certain amount of time. I don't think that pushes people over the edge to buy anymore because they just see it everywhere and they're kind of numb to it. So I kind of don't believe in it in that regard as well.
What for those who may not be familiar with the term risk reversal, a risk reversal is, when you get to the point, sometimes you see this in an email. It's like you can buy this completely risk-free, try it for 30 days. And if you don't like it, just box it up and return it back, or just send us an email and we'll return it. So it basically reverses so that there's no risk for you to take the offer. So that's the idea of the risk reversal, is at some point you pivot and say, look, there's no risk to you if you purchase it. So yeah. So if you were doing a program, basically you're saying you don't like guarantees at all. And like you want to make it clear that if they join, then it's really their responsibility and they should accept that responsibility. How's that work for you?
I've never had a problem with it, although I've never really been able to split test it. It's hard to say if people bought or didn't buy, but the truth is, here's the thing. I don't put it on my sales page. I don't even think people notice it anymore because people are still having to give their money before they're getting it back. And I feel like that still trips people out. So I can't really know for sure how many people buy or don't buy based on that. It's just not on my sales pages. And then if somebody comes into my program and they cause a big issue or kind of freak out and they want their money back, I will typically assess that on a case-by-case basis because they haven't been told either way. And almost all the time I will give them their money back. But that's a decision that I get to make. It's not a blanket thing that everybody that comes into my programs can just have their money back if they want to. And so I've had 12 years of creating courses. I think I've had 2 people come to me and want a refund, and I gave it to them. Like, who cares? It's $1,000. I don't care. So, but I'm not advertising it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's work for you. I can think of a couple people in the industry that their stance is, you get to the buy button and it's like, if you're not 100% sure, then don't buy this program because I don't give you refunds, and they're like, and and I've got a really good arrangement and relationship with my credit card processor. So don't try to money back. If you really don't want it, then don't purchase it. And so they like literally like explain this on the sales page, you know? And so I think it's kind of funny. And I kind of appreciate it, you know? I'm more like attend the first class kind of person. And if you don't like the first class, then tell us within 24 hours and you can get your refund. Because I don't feel good about somebody who maybe signs up for something and then attends 5 or 6 classes and is like, I want a refund, you know? It's just not the way I want to roll, because I want that person to take responsibility for doing the work and taking the action. And quite honestly, I know that if somebody does the work, then we've designed the programs to get results, you know? And so if somebody signs up on a whim or whatever, and then doesn't do the work, and then, you know, like 6 months later, they're like, I want a refund. It's like, well, yeah, no, you missed the refund window there. It was like 1 week. So that's kind of how I roll. I'll tell you some other refund policies out there. Well, the one exception to that in my world is my masterminds. I generally don't have a refund policy on that. It's more like an agreement. And that's because on that higher, especially the higher level commitment, I want somebody to be 100% sure. If they aren't 100% sure they're meant to be in the mastermind, or at least 100% committed, you know, then really they shouldn't be in the mastermind or in the higher end group. And so in that case, I'm like zero tolerance. Some other people in the industry are, you know, like SoundsTrue's policy is a 1-year guarantee. So they've gone the completely other way. It's like, if you buy it on day 1 and want to return it on day 364, then you can return it. And probably if you call them up on day 400 and say, I've never opened it, can I have a refund? They probably give it to you. So this kind of brings me to something I want to share, in that if you look at somebody's refund policy in one industry, you shouldn't extrapolate that across the board. And so let me give you an example. So in the transformational world, like meditation, Tai Chi, things like psychology, the refund rates actually tend to be pretty low across the board. They tend to be like 2%, 3% for most, you know, for a lot of the bigger programs, even lower. But if you are selling internet marketing products, or like 6-pack abs, or how to make money, those refund rates could be 25%. And so that's a huge difference. Yeah. And so when you have a 20 to 25% refund rate on average, yeah, like that's even if you have a great product and everything, then you have to take kind of extraordinary action to have really set policies. And if you don't know this, credit card companies don't like it when people try to reclaim money from you, and you get like negative marks and stuff like that. And it's really strange how they work too, because it's not based on like a percentage of your revenue or percentage of your orders. Even a lot of them have it like it's based on the number of refunds. So it doesn't matter if I've sold like 100,000 units. If I have like 25 chargebacks, then it's like a negative ding, and then they literally like downgrade your account, or they freeze your funds. There's like all kinds of weird things they can do. So there's some like back end things that I'm just sharing here because this is a podcast. I'm just sharing openly. Most people don't have to think about all that stuff, but I think there's a kind of a range of options, and then you just have to do what feels right to you, because you know you've put your heart, your energy, your soul into your work. And so I think there is an agreement when somebody pays you about what the agreement, what you give them and what they give you. And so, you know, you just have to come to peace and find what works for you.
I never knew that. I'm glad I was never big enough to have to deal with that. That's intense. And I love what you said about the people who just are so honest. I bet that converts better than even having a guarantee, where it's like, hey, look, no, you know, and here's the deal. I got my creditors, because that attracts the people who are really ready, who know that if they commit to something, they're going to go and do it. Right.
Yeah, it's a super good point. And I want to I think I should mention this because I don't know if we'll ever do another episode on guarantees. This is such a good episode. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission and stuff, you don't ever want to make claims on your sales page, anywhere on your sales page, or in your guarantee, like, hey, I guarantee that you can make money, or that you can lose 50 pounds, or that you want to say, look, the typical results are this or this, but most people don't do anything, and they won't get results anyway. There's a famous internet marketer that you may or may not know named Frank Kern, and he got in trouble for, not having a cash disclaimer, and they came after him. And I think he had to pay out a lot of money to somebody, the government or whatever. And then right after that, he would start his speeches with like, okay, before I start today, I just want to give my disclaimer for everything. And it would go something like this. And it was always super funny. And it was like, my disclaimer is that most people buy a bunch of information and online products with the intention to use it, but they do absolutely nothing, and they get absolutely no results because they've taken no action. And that's what most people are going to do. And I don't guarantee that you're going to be one of the people who actually takes any action and gets some of the results that occasionally occur, but those results are not typical. And so I just need to make that disclaimer here. There's no money guarantee. There's no health guarantee. Okay, now let's get into the teaching. But he would say it in kind of the Frank Kern kind of way. And it was so funny because everybody in the audience had bought, all kinds of programs and things for, their own transformation. And, we've all been there where we buy things and we barely even open it and listen to it. But there is a unique type of individual where if somebody makes a claim, they'll sue the person, or they'll buy it and then they won't do anything. And then they'll blame the person they bought the program for not getting results, even though they haven't taken action. So you kind of want to protect yourself against that. And I think most people here listening to this, you probably know a lot of this in terms of like not to make claims online, but it's become more important. And those disclaimers on your website are actually more important than you think, just to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's part of why my guarantee is you will have everything you need to launch. And I think we even put that on the Conscious Launch Accelerator page. It's not like you're going to go out there and make $100,000 or make $1 million. It's more like, hey, this is everything we've learned about launching, and you can have it, and you can go out there and you can be confident that you have what you need to launch. That is not a claim. So I mean, it could be seen as somewhat of a claim, but it's really not, because I'm not guaranteeing any results, and I'm not being specific about what their results are going to be. I'm just telling them that we're giving them every tool in the toolbox that we have regarding launches, and then they have to go out and do something with it.
Yeah, and we've designed that accelerator program so that, it's like step by step. We've tried to minimize it. So if you just take the actions, you will get some results, but we're not going to guarantee that. But it's such a tight program because we know we've been through so many launches. We know the process to get people the outcome that they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the guarantee is more around the fact that we are giving you everything that we've got. I mean, not everything, because it's a 90-day program and we've been doing this for a long, long time, but everything that we believe that you need to go out there and get results without all the stuff that you don't need, because it's going to just trip you up or help you procrastinate more or something like that.
Well, let me end with this. And what I want to end with is a top secret technique that we've developed inside our agency to use guarantees. And why I want to share this with you is because the two things that people always read, they're the most read things. And we're going to have to do another episode on the other one. But one is the guarantee. People always read the guarantee on a sales page. And so that's really a great opportunity. The second thing is the PS in an email. People always read the PSs in an email. So we'll have to do a separate episode on PSs. But once I realized that everybody actually read the guarantee, I was like, we should put some really good copy in the PSs here. And so we developed our own technique inside the Conscious Marketer Agency to kind of create a little mini summary of the offer and to put some heart and soul into the guarantee. So rather than have like a standard guarantee that's kind of blah, and it's a great opportunity, and don't miss it. So if you have a sales page, if you read one of our guarantees on our sales pages, it normally goes like this. Hey, this is Richard here, and we've put our heart and soul into giving you everything you need, including you'll get 15 hours of this, you'll get these 4 bonuses, checklists, interviews, and a special list building series inside this program. So you have everything you'll need to launch a program. If you join the program and after the first call, just email us back in 24 hours. If it isn't right for you, we totally get it. We'll return money, no questions asked, but we'd love to work with you and hope you'll join us. And then it'll say, in appreciation or grateful, and then I'll have a signature there. And so do you see what I've done? I've used the guarantee as an opportunity to give some heart and soul to really tell people, look, I really believe in what I'm selling you here, and I want to get you results. And I've kind of done a little order stack in there. And so we use that for launches. I don't see it really copied. I always thought it would be copied by other people, but I don't really see it copied in the internet marketing world. Probably, I don't know why. I think it's a really good technique. So use that in your launches. And it's a great way to turn kind of a stale, boring guarantee into something that might bring people to work with you, and also to understand your intention to get them results inside the program.
I love that.
So thanks for joining us today, talking about guarantees. We're gonna have to do more of these micro episodes, Kylie, about these like little tiny things that I was saying on a call a few days ago. I was like, we know more about these little tiny weird things, and if we weren't internet marketers or digital marketers, I don't know what we would do. It's like we'll probably be obsolete at some point,
That's funny. It's true.
So thanks for joining us here on The Conscious Marketer. You can learn more about us at consciousmarketer.com. If you go to consciousmarketer.com, there's an accelerator tab. If you want to work with us for 90 days, you can go there. And you can also go to /podcast. There's a podcast link up there and get the show notes. We love teaching. We love sharing. We love giving people results. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.